Okay, tonight's passage from the Gospel moment is brought to us from chapter 14 and is item 1. The chapter is from the Gospel according to Spiritism. It is entitled Honor Your Father and Your Mother, one of the most important things that we can do in this life. And item 1 is the passage from the Gospel, and item 1 is found in Mark 10:19, Luke 18:20, Matthew 19:18 through 19. And the passage reads, "You know the commandments: do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not render false testimony, do not speak ill of anyone, honor your father and your mother." Why did I underline this? Because that is the focus of this chapter. It is the focus of this passage. Because honoring your father and mother is the universal principle of loving your fellow human beings. Because if we cannot love our own parents, how can we love anyone else? If we cannot love ourselves, how can we love anyone else? Obviously, that's a whole other subject. But honoring your father and mother is of the utmost importance. And why is that? Because no matter what our parents have done for us, positive or negative, they have done the one thing that matters for all of us. The one thing that's the biggest blessing that we can have. They've given us life. They've given us the passport to come into this earthly existence. They came together and they allowed a window of opportunity for us to come back into this life and continue that work, that project of growth, of development, to right whatever wrong we may have done in the past. Whether we did it out of our own volition and we asked to come back, or whether our conscience asked on our behalf to come back and do whatever it is we need to do to right our wrongs, that is irrelevant. What matters is that the biggest blessing that they bestowed upon us is life. And what's amazing about this is that they bestowed upon us the blessing of mortal life, mortality. And what is the mortal life but a subset of the greater life, the immortal life? And who granted us this blessing, which is the most important blessing, the immortal life? It was the true parent, the one Father. So here we have a blessing within a blessing. And they've given us this wonderful, our parents gave us this subset of this greater blessing. And it is through these small blessings of mortal existences that we successively attain that which will help us to become what our Father wants us to become in the greater life, in the important life, in the superior life. And that is the most important thing that we can focus on. And that is a true blessing. That is why we have to honor our father and mother. Why? Because if the greater Father gave us the immortal life, and our earthly parents gave us the mortal life, then they are an image, a reflection of our Father. And if we do not honor them, we are not honoring the true Father. So we have to observe this and realize this. It is a cycle of love. We have to love our parents because in doing so, we are loving our Father, our great Father, the cosmic Father. And our parents sacrificed so much for us. They nourished us. How many times have our parents stayed up late at night to watch over us when we were sick and unable to fend for ourselves and defend ourselves, feed ourselves? They did all of this for us. Did they ask for anything in return? No. The Father gives us everything we need as well. They nourish us with everything. He nourishes us with everything. Everything we need. All of the materials and tools that we need in order to do what it is we need to do. And our parents furnish us with the same materials and tools that we need in order to do whatever it is we need to do in this life. It is a microcosm of the macrocosm. It is a beautiful thing. And that alone is enough for us to honor our father and mother. That's why it's so important that this passage be something that we exercise. Because our father and mother is a brother and sister, sons of the same Father as well. So we have to always, always honor them and show this devotion for them. Pay back the law of reciprocity. Give them that which they gave us. Help them as well. Because as we age, we need the same attention that we did when we were young. So we have to do the same thing. When we send out love, we receive love. It is a boomerang. It comes back towards us. And there's a the last paragraph here in item 3, entitled Filial Devotion, sort of summarizes all of this very well and succinctly. And it says, "It is true that some parents neglect their duty and aren't everything they should be to their children. But only God is competent to judge these matters, not the children. And we see in this because Jesus didn't judge anyone either. Why? Because Jesus was a child of God, just like we are. So who are we to judge? Because we are the children of the children of the children of the children of the children. We are so far removed from the ability of judging anyone that we have no right to point the finger, no right to think that our parents aren't doing what they're supposed to do, because we chose to be where we are, and we have been given everything we need in order to succeed in this life. The law of cause and effect is always a constant. Not the children, who may have asked to be born to such parents as a trial. Consider, too, that if the law of love requires that we repay evil with goodness, be tolerant of others' flaws, say nothing bad about our neighbors, forget and forgive our grudges, and love even our enemies, it must demand much more of us in our relationships with our parents. Consequently, in matters having to do with parents, we should take as our guide to conduct all the principles of Jesus concerning other fellow human beings. We should be aware as well that the same behavior that is reproachable when directed toward strangers is far more so when directed toward those who are close to us. And we should remember that an act that might only be a minor offense in the first case will be considered a serious violation in the second, because it unites the offense of uncharitableness with that of ungratefulness. So with that, let us all always show gratitude to our parents, no matter what the situation is, because they gave us life. So thank you very much. That was this week's Gospel Moment.